Hello everyone, welcome to Olive Board. I hope all of you are well. In today's session, we are going to look at questions and question types that will definitely appear in your SSC CHSL examination. So, I want all of you to quickly share this session and inform your friends that the class has already started. Share this session in your Telegram groups and in your WhatsApp groups and ask your friends to quickly join in. So, I'll wait for a few more moments so that you can share this session. In today's session, we are going to discuss questions and question types based on grammar that will definitely be asked in your upcoming SSC CHSL examination. So, before we begin this session, I would like to take you through the courses at Olive Board. We have started a few new courses, and the first course is the SSC CGL 2021 crash course, and this will be a practice based preparation. So, we will only be focusing on practicing questions, practicing as many questions as possible. The batch starts on 14th of April. So if you wish to enroll, you can enroll as soon as possible. The batch is starting on the 14th of April and you can get 750 plus questions. Apart from that, you will be getting 30 live practice sessions, 100 video lectures, GK notes, all India test series. Apart from that, we'll also be giving you special strategy sessions by CGL toppers. Now notice this is going to be a bilingual course, that is, this course will be available in Hindi and in English. So if you wish to enroll in Hindi, you can choose Hindi. If you wish to study in English, then you can choose English as a language. If you are enrolling in this course, use this code SSC40, that is SSC40, to get 40% discount on the cost of this course. So I repeat, the classes begin on 14th of April, and if you are appearing for the SSC CGL 2021 examination, do enroll in this course. The next course is the IBACIO Tier 2 Descriptive English Crash Course. So now that the Tier 1 examination is over, we must start preparing for the Tier 2 examination. The features of this course are that we will be covering the entire descriptive English syllabus. We'll be giving you live classes and lecture PDFs. Apart from that, we'll also be looking at the previous year descriptive papers, that is, the questions that have already been asked in the IBACIO descriptive examination. If you wish to enroll in this course, use this code GET20 to get 20% off on this course. The classes of this course begin on the 12th of April. So I'll write it down for you. The classes begin on the 12th of April. One of the key features is that you can get two of your essays evaluated by Olive Board experts. So do enroll in the course if you are preparing for the Tier 2 examination. And finally, the SSC CHSL crash course. Classes for this course started on the 1st of March. If you are enrolling in this course, use this code SSC40 to get 40% discount. These are the various features of this course. You will be getting 80 plus concept videos, 100 plus tests. Apart from that, we'll be giving you live practice sessions and strategy sessions by toppers. So I hope all of you have shared this session. So quickly share this session. I want all of you to share the session, like it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't liked it already. Now let us begin the session and let us start and look at the first question. Since this is going to be a grammar based revision, we are going to look at questions based on error spotting. Then we will be focusing on questions based on phrase replacement. Apart from that, we will look at questions based on direct and indirect speech. And finally, there will be questions based on voice. So these are the four grammar topics that you must pay extra attention to. Apart from that, there might be questions that are based on grammar, but these are the four question types that you must pay extra attention to. So now this is the first question of this session. I want all of you to quickly go through this sentence and try to attempt this question. This is a phrase replacement question. So the fact that this is a phrase replacement question, I want all of you to be able to attempt this question. Here the sentence is saying, as many as I care for her, I still have to disagree with her on this topic. Notice the use of the word many. Don't you think many here is incorrectly used? Many is used for countable nouns. Many is always used for countable nouns. But much is always used for uncountable nouns. Much is used for uncountable nouns, right? So as much as I care for her, care here is a uncountable noun. Care is an uncountable noun. So many cannot be used here. Many is used with countable nouns. So I have as many books as Ram. When you use this sentence, I have as many books as Ram. So I have the same number of books as Ram. I hope this sentence is clear. So here the correct answer is option 1, that is this phrase as much as will replace the given phrase as many as. That is why option 1 here is the correct answer. Now moving on to the second question. The second question is an active passive voice based question. The sentence is given to you in active form. You have to convert the sentence into its passive form. Keep the rules in mind, keep the rules of converting from active to passive in mind. The general rules are that you must identify the subject and the object. So first try to identify the subject and the object, then interchange the position of the subject and the object, and keep the tense constant, keep the tense of the sentence constant, that is keep the tense same. Here, the sentence is saying the coach received the members of the team with great excitement. Here, coach is the subject, received is the verb, and the members of the team here is the object. So, now first interchange the object and the subject. The members of the team becomes the object now. So, the members of the team received here is simple past tense. The fact that this is simple past tense, you will keep this tense same, right? And in case of option B here uses simple past tense indicated by the usage of this phrase were received. So the members of the team, which was the object in case of our original sentence, were received indicates simple past tense. By the coach, the coach who is performing the action, so this is the subject, and the last part of the sentence remains constant, that is with great excitement. So option 2 here is the correct answer. Now let us go through the other options also. First option says the members of the team had been received. Had been received changes the tense of the sentence. So we can negate option 1. Option 3 says the members of the team was received. Was received is incorrect here. The members is a plural subject whereas was is a singular verb. So this here has a grammatical error. And what is the grammatical error? The grammatical error is that of subject verb disagreement. So you can negate option 3 as well. Now option 4 says the members of the team could be received. Could be received is incorrect here. The sentence does not indicate possibility. So we can negate option 4 as well. This leaves us with option 2. So option 2 here is the correct answer. I hope most of you were able to solve this question. This was an easy question. Now, moving on to the next question. The next question is the third question of our session. In the sentence, identify the segment which has a grammatical error. So, you are given a sentence here which is divided into four parts. You have to find out which part has an error. The sentence reads, everyone are very well equipped with his own weapons. So, spend not more than 10 seconds to identify the error. Everyone are well equipped with his own weapons. Spend not more than 10 seconds, guys. Do not take more than 10 seconds to solve this question. This is a very easy question. So, the error lies in the first part or the first phrase, that is, everyone are. Everyone must be followed by a singular verb. So, are here is incorrect. Are must be replaced by is here. But this was not phrase replacement, this was just error spotting. So, the error lies in the first part. The correct answer here is everyone is. So everyone is very well equipped with his own weapons. The answer or the hint to this question was already given in this sentence. His was being used in the sentence and his is singular. So you had to use a singular verb throughout the sentence, right? So everyone as a rule is followed by a singular verb. I'll write it down for you. Everyone is always followed by a singular verb. This is a rule. You can remember it as a rule that everyone will always be followed by a singular verb. Now, guys, if you have any doubts, you can leave your doubts in the comments section after the session is over, right? So, any kind of doubts that you might have, you can leave it in the comments section after the session is over. I'll check the comments section and I'll reply to each individual doubt of yours. Now, moving on to the next question. The next question is the fourth question of this session. Select the correct indirect form of the given sentence. You are given a sentence in direct speech, you have to convert it into indirect form. The sentence here says the traveler inquired. So the traveler is asking a question. The traveler inquired, will there be shelter for strangers? He is asking whether there will be shelter for strangers. So go through the options carefully. Go through the options. Notice that you will have to change this interrogative sentence into a declarative sentence. That is, you will have to remove the question mark also of the statement. The change that takes place here is will. Will must be changed to would. So, will is always changed to would in case of indirect form. We can negate options 2 and option 4 on the basis of this change, because option 2 and option 4 both use will here. So we have negated two options. Now we are left with option 1 and option 3. Option 1 says the traveler inquired if would there be shelter for strangers. First, this is still a question statement, and if and would cannot be used together, right? So the fact that would there be shelter for strangers is still a question statement. We can negate option 1, and if and would cannot be used together, it makes the sentence meaningless. So there are two errors in option 1, which leaves us with option 3. Option 3 here is the correct answer. I hope most of you were able to solve this question. You could have used option elimination here. You could have easily used option elimination technique. Option 3 here is the correct answer. The traveler inquired if there would be a shelter for strangers. Moving on to the next question now. The next question is the fifth question of this session. In the sentence, identify the segment which contains a grammatical error. So again, error spotting question. You just have to spot the error. You do not have to correct the error of the sentence. Do not waste your time in correcting the error. Only spot the error and mark your answer and move on to the next question. So the sentence here says the manager was referring about the previous instances of loss to the employees during his address. So the sentence is divided into four parts. This sentence is divided into four parts, and those four parts are listed in the four options that are given to you. The manager was referring about the previous instances of loss to the employees. Read the sentence very carefully. This is a very easy question. I am sure most of you will be able to spot the grammatical error. So the correct answer in this case is the manager was referring about. About is not used with referring. So the use of this preposition about. The use of this preposition about is incorrect in this sentence. About must be replaced by to correct the sentence, right? So the correct preposition in this case would have been to. The manager was referring to the previous instances of losses or loss to employees during his address. Here the error lies in the first part or the first phrase of the sentence. That is why option 1 here is the correct answer. So if you were able to spot this error, commendable job. It was slightly tricky. Here the correct answer is option 1 or option A. The manager was referring to the previous instances of loss to the employees during his address. I hope this question is clear. I am repeating again. If you have any doubts, you can leave your doubts in the comments section. I will be checking the comments section for your doubts after the session is over. Now, moving on to the sixth question. The sixth question here says select the correct indirect form of the given sentence. So, again, a direct indirect based question. That is, this question is given to you in direct speech. You have to change it into indirect form. The sentence here says the lion asked the lioness, where will you hide yourself until I return? So, here also the Lion is asking the lioness a question. Again, an interrogative sentence is given to you. You have to change it into indirect form. The lion asked the lioness, "Where will you hide until I return?" The first rule is that you must change the interrogative sentence into a declarative sentence. So, the fact that you have to change the interrogative sentence into a declarative sentence, you can negate option number D or option 4. You can simply negate option 4 because it is still a question statement. The lion asked the lioness, "Where would she hide?" Would she hide indicates a question structure. Would here is the verb or the auxiliary verb for that matter, and she is the subject. So, auxiliary verb plus the subject is the interrogative structure, but subject plus auxiliary verb, that is when the subject is followed by the auxiliary verb, then it gives you the declarative structure. So we have negated option 4. Now you are left with options 1, 2 and 3. Now try to figure out which of the following can be the correct answer. So let us go through the options. The second option here says the lion asked the lioness where she will hide. Will must always change to would in case of indirect speech. So the fact that this change is not taking place in 2, we can negate option 2. Moving on to option 3. Option 3 says the lion asked the lioness whether she would hide herself until he returned. So the usage of this word whether changes the meaning of the sentence. This indicates that the lion is giving the lioness an option. It indicates that the lion is giving an option. It indicates that the lion is giving an option to the lioness, which is not the case in the original sentence. In the original sentence, the lion is simply asking her where she will hide until he returns. So, option 3 can also be negated because it changes the meaning of the original sentence. This leaves us with option 1. Option 1 here is the correct answer. The lion asked the lioness where she would hide herself until he returned. So notice return here changes to the past form, that is returned, and will here changes to would. So I hope the changes are clear. I will give you a few moments so that you can go through this question yourself. In case of doubts, you can reach out to me on Telegram, or you can leave your doubts in the comments section after the session is over. Now let us move on to the next question. This is the seventh question of this session. In case of this question, you are given a question or a sentence in active form. You have to convert it into passive form. So the sentence that is given to you is given in active form. It is given to you in active form or active voice. You have to convert it into passive voice. The sentence reads, "The inspector had already proved the case before the investigation team took charge of it." So notice inspector here is the subject, had already proved is the verb structure, and the case here is the object. So the case here is the object, the inspector is the subject, had already proved is the verb structure. Had proved is past perfect tense. Had proved is past perfect tense. So keep the tense constant. Keep this rule in mind that you have to keep the tense constant. That is, you have to keep the tense same. You can negate option 1 and option 3 on the basis of this very rule, right? Option 3 says the case was already proved. Was already proved is not past perfect tense, it is simple past tense. So we have negated option 3. Option 1 says the investigation team took charge of the case, but the inspector had already proved. This here does not identify the object of the sentence correctly. That is why option 1 is incorrect in case of this question. Now you are left with options 2 and option 4. Now try to answer this question. Option 2 says the case had already proved. Now notice that the passive structure in case of past perfect tense is had plus been plus V3 form of the verb. So we have already looked at this rule in our other classes, that is in our classes based on voice. So you have to use this structure, had plus been plus past participle form of the verb or V3 form of the verb. In case of the second option, this case or this rule or this structure is not being followed, so you can negate option 2 and you are left with option 4 here. Option 4 is the correct answer in case of this question. The option reads the case had already been proved. So had plus been plus V3 form of the verb. Who had proved the case? The inspector had proved the case. So by the inspector before the investigation team took charge of it. Now let us move on to the next question. The next question is a phrase replacement question. This is the eighth question of the session. So now let's try to solve this question. Prithvi likes baseball as long as she likes cricket. So notice there is a comparison being made between the two. There is a comparison that is being made between the two. That is the fact that Prithvi likes baseball and she likes cricket. So they like cricket and baseball respectively to the same degree. So the degree of liking is being compared. Degree of liking is being compared here. Notice where the comparison is taking place. It is taking place between the degree of liking the respective sports. Now I have given you a hint for this question. Now try to solve this question. As long as is used to indicate time or duration. It is used to indicate duration or it is used to indicate time. Similarly, so long as is also used to indicate duration or time. So you can negate option 1. As many as is used to talk about countable nouns. Liking is not a countable noun, or your preference of a sport is not a countable noun. So you can negate option 4. We have already discussed that the given phrase is incorrect, so you can negate option 3 also. You are left with option 2. So Prithvi likes baseball as much as. So he likes baseball to the same extent as she likes cricket. So his liking of baseball is equal to her liking of cricket. I hope this question is clear. The answer in this case is as much as. Prithvi likes baseball as much as she likes cricket. That is, they like their respective sports to the same degree. Now, moving on to the next question. This is the ninth question of this session. The question says, in the sentence, identify the segment which contains a grammatical error. So you are given a sentence that is divided into four parts, and those four parts are mentioned in the options that are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. The sentence says, one of the reason behind malnutrition is the improper way of food intake. One of the reason behind malnutrition is the improper way of food intake. Go through this question very carefully. This is an easy question and I'll teach you a very important concept through this question. One of the reason behind malnutrition is improper way of food intake. I hope most of you were able to spot the error in case of this sentence. The error lies in the first part or the first phrase, one of the reasons. So the correct answer in this case is option 4. Option 4 here is the correct answer. Notice one of the reason. So one out of the many reasons. One out of the many reasons. There could be numerous reasons for malnutrition, right? There could be a number of reasons behind malnutrition. Malnutrition is not just caused by improper way of food intake, it can be caused by a number of reasons, right? So one out of those many reasons is improper way of food intake. That is why reasons should be plural here. whereas reason in the original sentence is given in singular form. So, one of the reasons, this reason should be replaced by the plural word reasons. That is, one out of the many reasons of malnutrition is the improper way of food intake. So, always try to convert such phrases into their simpler forms. One out of the many reasons behind malnutrition is the improper way of food intake, or you can simply say one of the reasons. So if you were to replace or correct this phrase, the correct phrase will read one of the reasons behind malnutrition is the improper way of food intake. So I hope this question is clear. Keep this concept in mind. Use it if this question is asked in your exam. Do use this concept if this question is asked in your exams, guys. Now moving on to the 10th question. The 10th question says select the passive form of the given sentence. So again, a question is given to you in its active form. You have to select the correct passive form of the given sentence. The sentence says the police bet a number of protesters last night. Notice this here is the simple past tense. This is simple past tense. Why is it simple past tense? It is indicated by the use of the phrase last night also. It is indicating events of past. It is indicating events of past. So bet here is the past form of the word beat. So this is the V1 form, this is the V2 form, and this is the V3 form. Now try to solve this question. Now try to answer the question, that is select the correct passive form of this given sentence. The sentence is that the police bet a number of protesters last night. I want all of you to answer this question. Quickly try to answer this question, guys. So notice that simple past tense is being used. Now let us start negating options. That is, let us start eliminating options. Option 1 here uses had been beaten. So had been beaten is not simple past tense. Had been beaten is past perfect tense. So you can negate option 1. Option 3 says a number of protesters has been beaten. Has been beaten is present perfect tense. So you can negate option 3 also. Now, option 2 says a number of protesters were being beaten. Were being beaten is present continuous tense. Sorry, it is past continuous tense. Were here indicates the usage of past tense. So, were being beaten is past continuous tense. You can negate option 2 also. This leaves you with option 4, that is, a number of protesters were beaten. So, were, that is was or were, plus the V3 form of the verb, right? So this is the structure for simple past tense. When you are to change it into passive form, you will change the verb structure in the following way. You will use was or were depending on the subject of the sentence. In this case, the subject is plural, that is number of protesters. A number of protesters means a large number of protesters or numerous protesters were beaten up by the police last night or the night before. Notice last night is being changed to night before, which is absolutely correct. There is no error in this. So, option 4 here is the correct answer. You have to pay extra attention to the tenses. So, do pay attention to tenses. If you pay attention to tenses, you will be able to arrive at the correct answer just by using optional elimination technique, right? So I hope this question was clear. If you have any doubts, you can leave your doubts in the comments section. Now this brings us to the end of the session, guys. I hope you liked the session. Like the session, share it with your friends, and for more such content, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to Olive Board. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep practicing and do well in your exams.